Hi, welcome back to Stony Point Forge. Today I'm going to show you how to lay out a tapered ferrule. I'm doing this because I seen that the competition has blanks on its website for sale and they were not cut correctly. The way they should look is they need to have this radius bottom to them so when they're all formed they will sit flat. To do this, we're going to lay one out for you. Okay, since I wanted a taper ferrule the size that would fit a normal, typical hardware store brand garden handle. And a hoe handle has a 6-degree included angle, which is both sides combined, so I can buy ready-made handles for the ferrules I produce. So I laid one out. I wanted my ferrule to be 1 inch inside dimension on the bottom and ½ inch on the top. And I knew I wanted it to be 3 degrees on both sides. So what I did was I snapped the line. You always work from the center point. And on this, you only really need to do half of it because this is to determine the height of the ferrule. I went over ½ inch, which is half of the 1 inch. Made a line. I drew a line straight up and angled it 3 degrees. So then I snapped the line from the center point over a 1/4 of an inch, which is half of the ½ inch, because I needed ½ inch on top. Where the two lines intersected, that gave me my height. So right there's my height. So now I got my height. I made a box with the correct height. I drew the center line in the middle of that box. And to get this come out right, what you need to do is take your 1 inch, and since I want inside dimensions, you add 1 metal thickness, which is an 1/8 inch. So I took my 1 and 1/8, times it by pi, which is 3.1416, and I equaled that dimension there. I did that on both sides. I come up to the top, measured over a ½ inch on both sides, plus my metal thickness of an 1/8 inch, so it came out to be 5/8 times by pi equals 1.9636, which you can see right there. Then I scribed the line from the 2 points, and you got to scribe them all the way up to the intersect, the very top here. Then you measure from the intersection down to where the line met the center line right there, and you do an arc, that dimension right there. And for the bottom one, I need to do an arc 10.7481. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my circle here at the intersection right there, type in 10.7481. There, I've got that done. Then you start trimming everything away. When you get done, you've got your layout for your tapered ferrule. Right there's the finished tapered ferrule right there. And to prove that it came out right, I went ahead and made one right here, and right at 1 inch on the bottom, and a ½ inch at the top. So using this formula, they come out perfectly. Now, if you're going to start making tapered ferrules, I would suggest making a mandrel. And since the hardware store brand handles are 1.1 in diameter, I used an old piece of 1.1 bar I got off a piece of farm machinery. And I went through and hand hammered out a long taper. To get that 3-degree angle, you need a taper from here to the very point. It needs to be 10 3/4 of an inch long. That will get you damn close to a 3-degree taper, or 6-degree included angle on that. And when you're done, I'll set this down here. Now, since this was hand hammered out, it's not dead nuts perfect, but it locks right in good. Well, I'm going to have to drive it off. And once you start mastering a tapered ferrule, then you can start producing garden tools. This is one I used to make 20 years ago. I sell the tapered ferrule and the shovel blank on my website. I produced this last night. A heavy-duty garden trowel. So I'll be adding that to my website today. So there you have it. That's how you lay out a tapered ferrule. Thank you.